Hi guys, in today's video we're going to cover how to make these super cute flower coasters and hot pads. The coasters come in 5-inch, 6-inch, and 7-inch, and the hot pads come in 8-inch, 9-inch, 10-inch, and 11-inch. We're going to go over all the steps and the supplies that you're going to need and how simple and easy it is to make. Hi, I'm Dawn Chase, founder, owner, and designer of Creative Appliques. Thank you so much for being here today and for joining me. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for being here again. And if you're new, please click on that subscribe button and right next to it, the bell. That way you're notified when I upload new content. Also, if you enjoy my content, I would love it if you would hit a like button so that I know you're enjoying my content and YouTube also knows that you're enjoying my content. So let's jump in to making these cute flower coasters and hot pads. Here are the supplies we're going to need. First, you're going to start with your embroidery hoop, the size you need for the design you're stitching. I'm using some medium cutaway stabilizer because it adds nice depth and body to the coaster. You're going to want some batting. I'm going to double mine up so it's folded over. You're going to need your fabrics for the coaster. So the pink is going to be the flower itself. The yellow is going to be the center. And then you need 2 pieces folded in half for the back, pre-cut to the size. Scissors, so I like applique scissors to cut the center of the flower. Then you're going to need some regular scissors to cut out the shape of the flower at the end. If you want to use some tape, this is Transport medical tape. It tears very easily and cleanly, but it holds it very nicely if you want to use tape. 7511 needle is what I am using in this project. Your embroidery bobbin, because the bobbin thread's not going to show at all in the end, so that doesn't matter. And your embroidery thread, what colors you're going to be using. Also, a pressing mat and your iron for the end. For today's demonstration, I'm going to be stitching the 10-inch hot pad. So I have my 10 5/8-inch hoop here, and I have hooped my cutaway stabilizer. The first step that's going to stitch is going to be the placement for the batting. I have stitched the placement for the batting. Next step, I'm going to take my batting and make sure it covers all of the stitching. And I'm going to fold it over because I want to double it up. Next step that's going to stitch is the tack down for the batting. Now that the batting is tacked down, I like to take my applique scissors and I like to trim close to the stitching. This step is optional. I prefer to do this though because it removes all of that bulk from the seam. Now that I've trimmed all the batting close to the stitching, I'm going to take the top piece for the flower, and the next thing that's going to stitch is the quilting. So if you want the quilting to blend in and match the fabric you're stitching on, you'll want to choose that color thread. If you want it to contrast and really stand out so you can see the quilting, then you can choose a contrasting color. So the quilting has stitched. The next step to stitch is going to be the circle for the placement of the center. The placement circle has stitched. Now I'm going to take my fabric for the center and cover all of the stitching, and it's going to tack it down. Now that the placement stitch has stitched, I'm going to trim close to the stitching. The next step to stitch is going to be the satin stitching for the center circle. So now you may want to change your thread color to match this fabric in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch the satin stitching for the center. We've stitched the satin stitching. Now the next step is I'm going to take the pieces of fabric for the back, and this is a folded edge right here. The folded edges are going to be towards the center. The raw edges are going to be to the left and the right. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to shift it just a little bit. So it is actually, so this one on the left side here, I'm going to place this down first and I'm going to match it up right here. The fold is going to go where this point is, just like so. And then the right side piece, fold towards the center, I'm going to overlap that a little bit. Now we want to make sure that we're covering all the stitching here on the outside so that it gets caught in the stitching. So now I'm going to go do the tack down for the back pieces. We have finished stitching the hot pad. Now we're going to unhoop it. I'm going to take our scissors and cut away. I like to cut away the stabilizer as close to the stitching as I can. Again, preventing some of that bulk that's in there. Just being careful not to cut the stitching. Now I'm going to take my good scissors and I'm going to trim close to the stitching. So I'm going to do it from this side since it's easier for me to see what is the final stitching. And you want to leave about a good 1/4 inch. So I'm also snipping in here to help with easing that when we turn it around. Now that I've trimmed my flower, I'm going to turn it all right side out. Sometimes it may be helpful to use something like this to get in there and get all the fabric and the seams smoothed out. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to iron it. So I'm going to start from the back. And then I'm going to iron the front. So for the back, you can use some steam-a-seam and or glue it shut or hand stitch it shut. Well, there you go. That's how simple and easy and fast and fun these come together. I hope you love them as much as I do. They're going to be perfect for Mother's Day, for spring, for summer, any season that you can think of. I just love flowers. They're so happy. So again, thanks for joining me. Please click that subscribe button and the like button too. And until I see you next time, make your life creative. Bye for now.